You too. What it do? What it do? What it do? What it do? We back at it, man. We got David Jaffe, man. It seemed like a lot of hate. I ain't even gonna sugarcoat it. I ain't gonna try to talk around the bush or whatever. It seemed like he hating, but if you don't know, he is the creator of the God of War franchise. Served as the director and lead designer of the original game. So he designed Kratos, the game, all that. Like, you feel what I'm saying? So he has a right to feel how he feel about he has a right to feel how he feel about the game. Can't never take that away from him. He created the character and all that. I don't know why you got off the IP in the first place. That ain't none of my business. But to we gonna react to, saying him reacting to it and saying it. But I just wanted to say this before we get into all that. It's like God of War, the game, Kratos, the character, is a beloved character. Like, I've been playing God of War since the first God of War. Since he created this game, I've played every God of War. In this time that we're in right now, the last state of play that they dropped, they gave us the Metrovania type God of War, which was okay, but really nobody, like, we're used to this type of God of War that we got from Laufey. So it's like it was only two routes they had to go. Like, Santa Monica knows its audience. They knew that the Metrovania that they gave us earlier this year was not going to suffice for players who were looking for, the next up and coming game within this IP, right? So they say, you know what? There's only two routes we can go: Atreus or Laufey, the wife or their son. We already had two Grandpa Kratos games, which was awesome. You feel what I'm saying? Boy, you get me? So now it's like we know that the trilogy is coming. The remake, the trilogy is coming. So we already know all of that, right? So it's kind of like, okay, a lot of people wasn't feeling Atreus. Like, when you in that second game with Kratos and Atreus, a lot of people was not feeling the solo parts that Atreus had. That was like, they could have did without all of that, right? They would like him as a side character, as a help character to Kratos. If you played the game and you paid attention to what the lore was about Faye and about Kratos' wife, she was a giant. Giants have magical power. She was combative. She did have skills. Like, she was an excellent hunter. She taught Atreus how to hunt. It was a lot of things that Faye already, was ahead. She fought Thor. Like, it was a lot of things that she did within the lore of the game that they were saying that she was already, a powerful character in her own right. You feel what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, I don't see the hate that she's getting. It's a lot of weird people. It's a lot of weird men out here, to keep it a bean 100. It's a lot of y'all weird ass niggas out here that's having this little wee energy because you mad about these females getting these lead roles in these games. If the game fire, the game fire. Shorty putting both the ass in this jump. I don't understand how any of y'all could be like, oh my God. Like, what did you mean, bro? First of all, and I'm yapping before I get to it because these are my true feelings. And then I'm gonna just let it go. I'm gonna post it and let it go. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if you a person, if you've been playing these games since the beginning and following along the story, she goes with the story. She's a part of the story. Like, it was either two ways they could have went to give us something like this before the remakes come out or the trilogy. It was Atreus or her. She had more lore and more background to her, so they had more to work with this character. If anything, if you've seen the 20-minute gameplay that they showed us, if you're anything like a comic book guy or girl, if you like superheroes, any of that come in that genre, the first thing that popped in my mind was, when I'm watching this, because it has mythology to it, Wonder Woman falls in that category under the DC line. I'm like, well, who's stronger, her or Wonder Woman? Because she has some of the same feats as Wonder Woman. Like, she's strong. Like that's what I'm saying. So we about to hop into it and see what he had to say. And you know what I'm saying? It seemed like a lot of hate, though, huh?
I think that looks so uninspired, and it looks so dull. And you guys have to remember that is the opening of the game, probably, because it says X for new game. It's possible there's a prelude, but that seems clearly towards the opening. It's dead.
he hating, bro. You hating. You created this, or you helped create it, or you did create it, however you want to say it, and you're not a part of it no more. I don't know. I don't really know all the logistics to why you're not a part of. Like, you created one of the greatest gaming characters in gaming history, and you're not a part of it no more. That's what it's giving, bro. On top of that, like, me personally, like, I'm so invested into God of War and Kratos and his story. Like I'm excited for the remakes to relive what I did in my childhood as a kid, but I also, as an adult, like, seeing him grow up in front of my eyes from a young adult being this angry man that's trying to make his way to Mount Olympus and all this other shit, to now having a son. Like, how you, like, that shit. Like, I could just remember when they dropped the God of War and he came out and he had a son, and we finally seen him with a beard and all that, and they showed his wife. Like, okay, he had a wife, he had that this goes along with it, regardless of if you like it or not. Him having a wife and having a son goes along with his story as a grown ass man. And you don't want to know about who this woman is and why he chose her. Like, this is the God of War. Why would the God of War, a man who fought gods, killed gods, slayed gods, chose this woman? And you wouldn't want to know that?
That game is not going to do well for what they expect it to do. Here's my point. If you got rid of God of War, like, look at what the internet was asking for. A lot of people were saying, oh, well, maybe she gets to go into other pantheons. Okay, so do we get to see Chinese mythology, Egyptian, whatever, right? This just feels like Corey or somebody wanted to write a fantasy story. And I'm not saying, it's not going to be rooted and grounded in some actual mythology of something. Maybe it already is, and I'm just not aware of it. But you've lost the gore and the violence that made the first game.
That's not necessarily true. We haven't seen the full context of this game at all. And then you got to think about it. You don't know what she was. When we got introduced to him having a wife, she was already gone, bro. She was already dead. So at this point, they can do whatever. This is creative freedom. They can do whatever they want with this girl's background. They can make her as strong as she need to be, as we don't know. Is she mentally stable? Is she not mentally stable? Like, we don't know what she is. We know she could take a punch. We know that. Damn. You hit like a bitch.
And I swear, I will kill you.
Lost the character. You already lost him after 2018 because he changed so much he wasn't Kratos anymore. Now you've lost the identifiable mythology of it. And you've also lost you've lost me with the cube. It's in
for some reason everybody loved the cube. Everything that you don't like, everybody like, because they love stories and they love, like, that. It's always that one character that's a little weird, but then he starts to grow on you. Like, damn, I kind of fuck with the cube. And then as she fighting within the gameplay, you like that. Oh, you can fight with the cube too? That. I'm more of the creative freedom type of person. Of course, you want God of War, and you want it to be what it is. And I think they hit. To me, I think they hit, in my opinion. Cause she, like, I'm telling you, my first thought was, if you was to put her and Wonder Woman in the battleground, who will win? The way she's fighting on here, like, that first fight, they bumping, they sending, they flying through rocks and shit. Like, that ain't no petty ass little wimpy ass fight.
Little Disney character at the beginning. It just seems, this seems like just a fantasy. Like, you if they would have taken God of War off the title and you didn't know the God of War story and there wasn't Kratos, it was just a story about this goddess who dies, you would not be talking about this game. In my opinion,
that's not true.
Really fucking goofy, man. really fucking goofy that it's like that nobody pulled somebody aside and said, this is not God of War. I don't know what the fuck this is. This is like some fantasy novel that I didn't like it at all. And
see, you're stuck on the character you created. I don't know when you got off the train or whatever. I'm not for sure. I don't know. But you're speaking from it as if you didn't have your hands on this IP since 2018, since when the after God of War 3 into Kratos becoming a grown ass fucking man, like a real OG, like your hands was off of it. That's what I'm getting. From that, those last two games, from God of War 2018, God of War Ragnarok, from those two games, you get him, his son, and the mother within his life. And God of War Ragnarok, Atreus grew up a little bit. We now know he goes out on his own. We knew that the mother died. Those are two mysteries within that you can make a game based off of and continue the IP that people want to know about. So they gave us the Metrovania earlier. Nobody didn't want to play. I didn't play that shit. It was cool to see, but I didn't want to play that shit. I want to play God of War for what I'm known of playing God of War for. Now, if it would have been Atreus or Laufey, it wouldn't have mattered to me because it's the story that goes along with it. Of course, you got to understand, like, even if they decided to do Atreus as a child and a teenager is not going to be Atreus as a young adult going into his manhood. He would have been totally different, sounded different, everything. Yeah, people got this gameplay notion in their mind of how Atreus played as a young boy, but it would have been totally different. You feel what I'm saying? As a grown man, and he killed the god. So now he got to deal with what Kratos deals with when that comes with when you kill a god. Or they decided to go with Faye, somebody that we don't know of, but we do know she was a giant. We do know they had magical powers from Atreus. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just like, bro. And all this within the gaming community, they taking out men and putting females in. And the only game I felt like that about, and I agree with y'all about, is what they did to Joel. If you don't know who Joel is, I'm pretty sure you do know who Joel is. That's the only person that I kind of feel like, nah, they weren't supposed to kill Joel. But other than that, it's like, bruh, get your dick out a bunch, man. Get your penis out the bunch, man. Let your nuts hang a little bit.
And I'll probably play it for the stream because I'm sure there'll be interest. But if it wasn't for that, I have no interest in playing that game.
Bro, the gaming world love this motherfucker, bro. The IP alone, they love it. Anybody that's mad because it's a female, to me, you giving the vibes of like you don't like females. Like you don't like seeing a badass chick coming at Joan and whoop ass. Whether it's Wonder Woman, whether it's Laufey, whether it's She-Hulk, whoever you can think of. Captain Marvel, whoever you can fucking think of that was like that, you feel what I'm saying, and did her thing and whoop ass. Laura Croft, whoever you want to think of. Like, come on now, we way better than this. But you tripping, Holmes. You on some other shit. Like, stop hating. Let them do what they do. The trilogy is on the way. The remake is on the way. Like, I still want to see Atreus as a grown man. Like, it's a lot of shit left with God of War, man. Relax, Holmes. You shouldn't have took your thumb off the IP, nigga.